If the team HeatStock succeeds, it could really help us to stop climate change. We could actually store summer's heat and use it in the wintertime. Welcome on stage, Salla Puupponen.
Good evening. I am Salla Puupponen, and tonight I want to introduce you our great team HeatStock and our exciting research concerning long-term storing of heat. Imagine if we could store the heat of the summer and use it on cold winter days to heat our houses. We at Team HeatStock aim at doing this in an environmentally friendly manner. The sun doesn't always shine. If we could store the heat of the sun for long time periods, we could heat our houses ecologically and improve the efficiency of the solar energy. Long-term heat storaging would be particularly important in the northern countries, where the heating demands are high and vary greatly during the season. Indeed, even for energy-efficient passive houses, the heating demand covers 40% of the total residential energy consumption here in Finland. Thus, if we could improve the energy efficiency of the heating, we would make significant impact on our environment. You may have hot water tank in your house as a heat storage. Storing heat in hot water is surely well-known and simple method. However, the water tanks require large storage volumes and efficient insulation. Furthermore, in typical size water tanks, the heat storage period is generally only a few days. We don't have an efficient solution for storing heat long term, and by long term I mean several months or even a year. However, we at Team HeatStock have invented completely novel material and method to address this problem. Our novel solution is based on so-called phase change materials. In these materials, heat storaging and releasing are based on phase changes that are familiar from our everyday life, melting and crystallization. In the melting, we store heat by breaking the intermolecular bonds between the phase change material molecules. In typical phase change materials, the stored heat releases when the material crystallizes on cooling. To summarize, we can store and release heat by melting and crystallizing phase change materials. Our novel solution is also based on phase change materials. However, the materials we use may sound a bit surprising to you. We use sugar alcohols that are similar to xylitol used in chewing gum. The other component of our solution is actually a polymer used in diapers to absorb moisture. This diaper polymer, or sodium polyacrylate, is able to alter the phase change or the heat storing and releasing properties of the sugar alcohol dramatically. By exploiting these novel properties, we can store heat completely differently than before. The charging of our storage happens by melting the active material of our solution. However, when the melt material starts to cool, it doesn't release the heat on crystallization as conventional phase change materials, but instead, we can keep our material as low temperatures as we want, as long time as we want, without that we lose the stored energy. This enables us to keep the storage, for instance, in underground tanks below our houses. Well, how do we release the energy when we need it? For instance, in cold winter days to heat our houses. The discharging of our storage is quite surprising. We actually give the material a small heat pulse. By a slight heating, the active material molecules are able to organize into the crystalline regular structure, and the heat is released. Our preliminary results are indeed promising. We can keep the stored heat as low temperatures as we want, as long time as we want, without that we lose the stored energy, and release it on demand by a small heat pulse. We still have challenges, for instance, in scale-up and feasibility of the product. However, if we succeed, the impacts are significant. By an efficient long-term heat storage, we could provide the annual heating in passive house with a storage which size is 4% of that of the house. But that's not actually all. We could also combine our technology into numerous industrial processes and improve their energy efficiency as well. So I think that you can already imagine how revolutionary impacts an efficient heat storage would have. We, Team HeatStock, are a group of passionate scientists and engineers who want to improve the energy efficiency of our ways of living. So if you want to bring the heat of the summer into the winter time, come to talk with us. Thank you.